Hey guys, welcome to Black Hollywood Live Sports Weekly, your weekly source for sports news. Today we're going to be talking about MLB trade deadline, who's going to be selling, who's going to be buying at the deadline. Nick Foles is released from the Rams. WNBA rescinds their fines for their WNBA stars for supporting Black Lives Matter movement. And Olympians are outraged by the conditions in Rio. All this and more coming up next on Sports Weekly.
You are tuned into Black Hollywood Live Sports Weekly. You want to know my name?
This right here was a Charlie Myers special right here.
That's right.
You know, he came in with this on his
Maybach music
on his mind.
Hey, I like the song.
You know, I can't be mad at it because it's jamming. This is the first time I heard it actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good song. I recommend it, man.
Rick Ross goes hard. You really can't go wrong with Rick Ross.
Always.
I'm trying to retweet our link, you know, so we can get it popping and let everybody know, like right now, it's about to go down.
Right now.
Right now.
Well, welcome to Sports Weekly. You're every Thursday at 7 o'clock. We actually are doing it back to back now. We are not taking any weeks off anymore.
Are we back to back?
We're going back to back.
Back to back.
And I am Charlie Myers. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Hey guys, I'm Raina. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope at Raina_Ale. Do not forget BH.
You know what it is, man. I am Andre on Instagram and Twitter. Holla at your boy, man. What's up?
And follow everything Black Hollywood Live, as well as follow us on the Instagram page, The Sports Weekly. Let's get it popping. I got a good topic to talk about. The NFL is coming back.
Always
Coming
good.
back soon.
Coming back. It's like I've been
Training
waiting.
camp started like this week.
Yeah.
This was the first time. I think everybody was actually reporting back today. So everybody rolling in.
Exactly. So I want to play a little game with you. So let's play good or bad move.
Okay.
So speaking your mind on the majors moves of the NFL, good or bad, the Jets signed Ryan, what's his last name? Fitzpatrick to a one-year deal.
Fitzpatrick.
Now, is this a good or bad deal for you guys?
For the Jets or for Ryan?
That's true. For both.
For both. I would say that it's for Ryan. I think it's a good move. He's been with the program for a while now. He's leaning towards the end of his career. So yeah, I think it's a good move for him. I think he was kind of stressed out and he didn't really have a contract yet. He wasn't sure where he was going. So I think it's a good move for Ryan.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think it was a good move for the Jets as well. You know, he's been doing his thing there, but I think it was time for him to go somewhere else. And the Jets really don't have a sustained quarterback right now. I mean, Geno Smith has been so on and off and inconsistent. You're looking at a guy who's, 4 seasons, going on his 4th season, and you know, he's got 13 touchdowns and 13 interceptions.
Yep.
So that shows you he's about right there average, kind of subpar. Hasn't really came on like they thought that he would. So I think it's good for the Jets, and I think it's good for Fitzpatrick. He actually signed for a 1-year, $12 million deal. $12 million guaranteed. Everything is guaranteed in the contract. So yeah, congrats, man. Go make it happen.
Money.
Yeah, so I agree with you to an extent. So I think that he wanted a long-term deal. The Jets did not want to do that. With that, the Jets are loaded with quarterbacks. They need to trade somebody away before the NFL season starts. I personally think that it was a good move for both parties, but he probably would have done better going to the market, seeing who would have picked up. I personally think that he probably would have gotten more money. With that said, they were 10-7, correct, this past season. So they just missed the playoffs. So if he, say for instance, they bring it to 12 or 13 games that they win, he's going to get paid at the next season. That's my opinion.
So you saying you think he should have stayed where he was at?
I think that he should have stayed, but if he didn't, I think that he would have got paid regardless, more money than he got.
Oh, I mean, hey, $12 million. I mean, that's not bad. You know, in a year, in 1 year, guaranteed $12 million is really not a bad deal. I mean, some guys, a lot of guys don't even get 12 million a whole. You know what I mean? Yeah. A whole, let alone in 1 year. But yeah. So hey, we'll see. He's got a good opportunity.
Do you see the Jets making the playoffs though?
You know what? I think so, man. I think they're knocking on the door. Last year they had quarterback problems trying to figure out who the guy was going to be, and I think if they bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick and he does his thing and he really learns that offense, I think he's got potential to kind of give him that little boost because they've been so close. It's not like they've been just far-fetched.
No.
They've been 1 or 2 games out for the last 2 or 3 seasons, so they just need that push, and I think he might be it.
I agree. The thing that with me is that I think their schedule is going to be super tough. So what I wrote down for the schedule, their first game is at Cincinnati, and then they're playing at Kansas City, Seattle, and then at Pittsburgh, and then at New England. So it's a hard schedule. That's just to name a few. Now moving on, we got Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is a big topic because he got a conditional reinstatement. So what is your guys' opinion on that? Is that a good move on the Browns or a bad move?
You know what? It's funny with him because I feel like Josh Gordon is kind of at that either way stage. And when I say either way, I mean, look at what he did as a rookie. He came in, dominated, balled out. But really, the second year was most impressive because he almost doubled his numbers in everything that he did, okay? And this is real interesting, especially being a rookie, coming back, having such a strong year. I think that it shows your work ethic. You know, it shows, okay, now I got that feel for what this game is like. Let me go out and really prepare and prep myself to get to where I need to be. And let me just tell you, I mean, so his rookie season, he had 600 yards receiving, and he had 5 touchdowns. Coming back his sophomore year, he had 9 touchdowns and 1,600 yards. Mm-hmm. So this cat almost tripled the amount of yards he had, you know, as coming in as a rookie. And you can only commend that. But what I mean by either way is he's 25. Right, this is what his 3rd season.
He's still young.
He's still young. He's already been in so much trouble. But he's so talented. He has time to either become a really, really great football player and forget about this if he comes back and balls now, because they kind of gave him a free slate. Like, look, we're gonna wrap it all up, charge it to the game, dog, and let you do your thing. Now he can come and do that, but he has to do it now. Or if he gets in trouble again, I can see him just going down that path where he's just one of those guys like a Johnny Manziel that we just kind of never hear about again, and he kind of dwindles off.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not the case with him. Like you said, he's very talented.
Yeah.
I think this hopefully, I don't know, I think that this wakes him up. I mean, you know, you have your first chance, okay, whatever, messes up again. And then I think now it's like, okay, I have to get it together. Otherwise, I might not be playing the sport I love anymore. So I have to agree with you, Jay. So.
I think that he's treading lightly. I feel like this reinstatement he should be very careful with. If he does any moves outside of the football field, he is never playing ever again, in my opinion.
Agree.
But at the same time, I think it's a good thing that he's playing with RG3 because they were friends and teammates at Baylor, if you guys remember.
Absolutely.
So I think that is going to change a lot of things. I think the Browns are moving forward. They got rid of, I won't name his name, but they got rid of the hot mess. Mess. Yeah. Now let's move on to the last little topic on this guy. So Nick Foles. This fool, don't get me started on him. He requested a release from the Rams. Is this a good move or a bad move?
Oh, man, it's tough. I think for him, I mean, he's at that point where it kind of doesn't matter, man, because he just hasn't panned out to what we thought that he was going to be. And I'm still rooting for him. I want to see him do well because he has, physically, he's such a statue when it comes to a quarterback position, you know? And I just really would like to see him come on. But I think it's great for the Rams. The Rams' mind is made up. Jared Goff is going to be their quarterback. Whether he plays great or whether he plays bad, they're going to ride it out, and they're going to build from scratch with him. And I think he's talented enough to take that role in the future. He may not be great this year, just great, but I think he's going to eventually be a pretty good quarterback for the Rams, and I think they knew.
Yeah, exactly. They're moving to a new place.
Yeah.
So my view on it is that it was a great move on the Rams' part and a bad move on Nick's part. So for the reason being is because exactly what you said. I think that they're moving into a direction where they have a young quarterback, they can build around him, and they're going to be a championship caliber team in the years to come. Nick is done. I hate to say it, Nick. I wish you all the luck in the world, buddy. But at this point, you are a backup quarterback at best.
At best. Damn.
And you know what really got him out of that contract, though? I'll tell you, because in case you didn't know. So he originally signed a 2-year contract with them, right?
Yep.
And so this second year, he was supposed to get $1.75 million for the last year, which would be this upcoming season. So he bargained and said, you know what? You just give me $1 million and pay me out of that contract, you know what I mean? And then we can go our different ways. So he gave away, you know what I mean, that 0.75, you know, just to get up out of there. And that's kind of crazy, consider what you just said and what we said. Like,
and I think for the Rams, like, no. I mean, they're not really losing anything with him leaving.
Yeah, they're not losing shit.
And at the end of the day, I don't want, if I'm a coach, I don't want anybody on my team that doesn't want to be there. No. And I think it's a good move for the Rams to get rid of him.
I don't know if you guys were here when we talked about this, but we actually talked about him and how he should ride it out. If the young quarterback does poorly, he comes in, he acts like the hero, he does well with the Rams, and they end up winning, he's going to get a bigger contract because of that. And he didn't wait. He wasn't patient.
Right.
He had this entitlement towards him that he's this great quarterback. Unfortunately, the numbers don't lie. Mm-hmm. So
I think that's what frustrates me. It's like, you know, take that as a challenge that you have this younger guy. Yes, he's getting the spotlight right now. Okay, but that should make you work harder.
Exactly.
And that should make you mad and pissed off, and you come back and then just ball out. Yeah. I think that was like a cop-out with him leaving. It's just like, oh, I give up. He got it. This is what you want. I don't know. I don't agree with that at all. It's a little punk move.
Yeah.
Oh, Raina.
Yeah. Sorry.
Get him.
Well, Raina, since we got you on the spotlight, let's
talk about
let's talk
women. So the WNBA, they were supporting the Black Lives Matter movement recently. So a lot of celebrities and athletes are voicing their opinion through social media and, you know, going out into the community and trying to make a positive impact. The WNBA, they decided to wear all black warm-up t-shirts to support the victims in these tragedies. And surprisingly, the WNBA fined them $500 each for these black t-shirts. And just recently, about 3 days ago, they took those fines back. So I was kind of shocked at the fact that the WNBA did this because they supported a bunch of movements like they support Pride, Mexican heritage, breast cancer, and recently the Orlando shooting. So for me to see that they're fining these women and these players for wearing, you know, all black and supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, like 70% of the WNBA players are African American.
Yep.
So I think that it affected them personally. So I was just kind of shocked that that was, you know, something that they did. They fined them for this. So what is your guys' thoughts about that whole situation? I'm glad that they took it back, but
I think it's
why in the first place?
I think it's unfortunate just in general because we talked not too long ago about athletes using their platform to make a difference, you know, or for whatever you want it to be. But we also talked about not having to use that platform. It's your choice. It's your option. It's your opinion on whatever you decide to do, however you decide to live your life. And I just think it's a little bit unfortunate that because these young ladies decided to stand up and use their platform and try and speak out on something that's really evident in today's culture and every day in general. I think it's just unfortunate that they find them, but I mean, I kind of understand, too, at the same time, because we also talk about how the WNBA doesn't get that support, as much support, and you really can't afford any negative, like, press or, like, negative energy towards towards the game, the WNBA, because you don't want to lose any fans. You don't want to lose numbers. You know what I mean? You want to just continue to build and try to get more support. And sometimes when you start talking about race and the things that is happening, people kind of turn away and get shy and don't want to deal with it. You know?
Right.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah. For me, I'm speaking on their behalf, but this is not by means how they feel or what they feel. I feel they feel this. The fine wasn't the big deal. $500 is probably a penny to them in the short run of it. The thing that was hurtful, and I think that the WNBA panicked because they saw that they fined them, and they're like, oh no, we shouldn't have done that. This is a big topic right now. We're going to go ahead and rescind that. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like people are undershadowing this. I know that the Black Lives Matter movement is something that's important right now, and it should be more important in my view. It's very touchy, and I won't speak on it more than what I'm saying right now, but I feel like we have the platform and they have the platform, and we should make a change. And it's not changing, and that's why they have to do this. They have to have these black jerseys to say, hey, we are supporting Black lives. Not saying that all lives don't matter. Right now, Black lives matter the most. The most. Sorry, to get a little heavy.
It's all good.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. And I think that the WNBA, it was shocking to me to see that they were fined. I mean, $500. Yeah, it's statistically, it is a matter. Like for some of the rookies, they're not getting paid as much as Candace Parker or like some of the all-stars there. So those who stepped up and wore these black warm-up shirts, that is probably a lot of money for them. But at the end of the day, they don't care. This is something that they feel so strongly about, and I applaud these women for standing up and making an impact. But one thing that I do feel like, I think the reason why the WNBA fined them is because of what Dre mentioned. The WNBA doesn't have a lot of money, and so they have a bunch of sponsorships. That's what they run their league on. So you have to be careful of what your sponsors, what they support too. So maybe, I don't know, for example, the Lynx, maybe their sponsors might not have didn't want their views to be said, and that's the money that's funding your team. So I think that's kind of why that they fined them. But what do you think? Why do you think the president took back the fine so quickly in just 3 days ago? Do you think it's because of all of the social media upbringing that it can't, what do you think the reason was?
Probably they got a lot of press about it, and they were like, oh no, we need to say, okay, this is our fault. We will take back the money. I think they panicked in a way. Mm-hmm. I may be completely wrong, but I think that they fined them because of that. Exactly what you said. They're hiding their sponsorship. So I get that part, but at the same time, it was only for one game. What does it hurt?
Right. I mean, I think they did what they were supposed to do, and they did what they had to do to kind of cover it up to make it seem like, oh yeah, it does matter. You know what I mean? They do matter, and I think that's the smart political thing to do. And I think they did right by picking up the fine. Because what can you do in that instance? You can't do anything else. I mean, there's no need in rolling it out, bringing a bunch more negative press to the WNBA. Just take back the fine, say we apologize, and let's just all keep it moving and agree we made a mistake.
And it helps that there's like a little there's a Olympic break right now, so it has time. This subject has time to cool down. Yeah. There's a couple weeks. They don't start back, I think, until September because they take a month break. So hopefully this will all go away, and the president's getting a lot of heat for that on social media for sure. But hopefully the WNBA can get past this, and we don't have another issue like this in the future.
I agree. I agree.
Yes, sir.
It's definitely an important topic, and we will definitely come back to it because it's definitely something we should be talking about because we have the platform for it. Mm-hmm. With that said, something a little bit more light.
Yeah.
The
Bring us up a little
trade deadline for the MLB is on the 31st. It is my favorite time of year. It is Christmas
Baseball
time for me. So I think, and me and Raina were talking about this before the show, this year has been the most exciting, for me at least, in the last 5 years. There's been more homers, there's been more battles, there's been more fights in this year alone,
Right.
and that makes me excited for baseball. Yes, can it be boring at times? Yeah, probably. But
I had fun though at the Dodger game.
exactly, if you go to
If you go to a game,
Yeah.
I think it's because I wasn't a fan of baseball, like watching it. I can't sit there and watch baseball on the TV. But if you experience it and you have the opportunity to go and support your home team, I highly recommend you
Yeah.
going and watching, just being in that setting. I loved it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Go Dodgers.
I just think it's fun. I think it's fun. Like I said, I mean, I think the fights, I think even the trades. I mean, it's like you really didn't hear about a whole bunch of stuff happening like this in baseball a few years ago, and that's just the honest truth.
It's
you know,
the honest truth.
right? So it's good to see them getting that press and to see that stuff, and I think it's making me more. I mean, because I haven't watched baseball a whole lot, but now when I see this stuff, I'm like, yo, like I kind of want to see like
gotta
what's cracking.
turn on the TV,
Like
see
I
what's
want to
going
watch
on.
a game to see if I catch something. You know what I mean? And yeah, and some players playing great, and I'm a Astros fan, and my Astros are playing good,
They're
second
doing
in their division.
really
So
good.
I'm kind of excited for baseball right now.
So
like,
yeah, I'll talk about my favorite right now, and then we'll kind of talk about the potential trades and all that good stuff. The Cubs, they've been the talk of the town lately.
Ballin'.
They just acquired the best closer in the world, I think.
Period.
In my opinion.
Period.
Chapman can throw a 105-mile-per-hour fastball. I'm going to say that one more time. 105 mile per hour.
some of us ain't never even drove 105 miles per hour.
How would you? I mean, as a batter, you see that ball coming at you. You have no chance.
Right.
Literally no chance. So he got traded from the Yankees, which I think it was good for him. So he got traded originally from the Reds to the Yankees, and now the Yankees to the Cubs. And I think it's great for him because he was in a smaller platform with the Reds, came over to the Yankees. Yankees are known for being the talk of the town, and then he gets traded to the Cubs, which are the front runner to win the World Series. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch his first closing with the Cubs. He struck out 2 players, 1, 2,
It's
3.
unbelievable.
And I personally think that they're the front runner. Their rotation, their batting lineup, their back end of their rotation is unstoppable.
It's legit.
And adding him, that was a steal for them for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did give up quite a bit. The thing with baseball is they give up a lot of prospects. They gave up a lot of, I think they gave up a top 40 prospect to the Yankees, which is a big deal. They give up 5 players for 1. I think it's worth it, in my opinion. But yeah, I think they're going to be my favorite for the World Series. The only thing that I'm worried about, if this doesn't pan out for the Cubs, it's a rental for them. He's going to be a free agent next year. They're not going to be able to afford him. So if they don't make it this year, it's win or go home for them. So I think they're going to win it, but if they don't, that looks bad for them.
All right, well, it's a hell of an addition. You know what I mean? And it's just so crazy just to even know that this is by far arguably one of the best closers ever to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been traded 3 different teams, and you wonder, like, wow, like, think about LeBron James. He's like the LeBron James of dunking, of closing in baseball.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But he's been traded to 3 teams. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
It's crazy.
Okay, this is just kind of sparked a question for me. Like, if you guys are the GM, right, of a team, and you are in this trade deadline right now, do you trade for one player to get your team to the World Series now, or do you want to save it a little bit and prepare for it? And you want to get the younger guys.
Yeah.
And
I think
and you wanna
baseball is now.
Yeah.
It's not like, because it's
right
82 games in the season.
Right
It's
now.
not like we can play 16 games, you know what I mean? And then we can build. Nah, it's like you got to have it now. Shoulders are going out, you know what I mean? It's a lot more stress, I think. My bad, I ain't even jump on you.
No.
I think you have to do
I
it now.
have the same view as you. If you're the Cubs in this situation, you have to get him. If you are the Oakland A's, I'm sorry, I'm an Oakland A's fan, but then you are going to be selling at the deadline. You're going to be giving away players, and I'll get to that. But yes, if you are in the first or second or third place, you are getting that player that you didn't have starting pitcher, a left fielder, whatever, to complete that team for you. That's my opinion.
Right.
The biggest story of this trade deadline is Mr. Chris Sale. This guy, before I say anything about Chris Sale, I think he's the front runner to win the Cy Young this year. He's a dominant pitcher. He has gotten the White Sox into, even if they're not going to contend this year, they are something that we're watching. It's something that we're constantly an eye on. With that said, he had a little tantrum last week. He decided that he didn't want to wear the vintage jersey. Now, these jerseys, I don't know if you got to see these, but they are ugly as sin.
Bad.
Yeah,
Very
they're bad.
Bad.
They have like
Not
a
cute.
color, and they have like
I wish we had a picture.
Yeah, super skin tight. So I get it. They're probably polyester. I don't want to wear that either. At the same time, you're getting paid millions of dollars to pitch a game. If you want to have that customized, have it customized. You had from spring training all the way till July to know that you were going to have to pitch in that uniform. So he cut up all of those uniforms and said, I'm not going to play on this. I'm not going to play.
He cut up everyone.
Every single one of those players' jerseys.
It's crazy.
And they actually they said, okay, you take a break. We're going to go ahead and let you not pitch for 5 games. And he came out and apologized, but he also said that he didn't believe that management was doing the right thing. A lot of people believe it was because of trade talks. There's talks about him going to the Rangers, the Red Sox, and the Dodgers, which is a big team for them. So we'll certainly see what happens. I personally don't think that it's going to pan out into anything. Chris Sale is the face of that team, but
Right.
we'll certainly see. I mean, what do you guys think?
I mean, go ahead.
He's a great pitcher, man. If they're going to trade him, they're going to trade him for some other reasons, that they need the money, that they need the space, or they feel like that he's not. But the way he's been playing, you can't take anything away from the guy. I mean, sometimes, we do stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. I think it was dumb. I think he probably should have got fined and something like that and just kept it pushing because of what he's been doing for that franchise. And like you said, he is the face.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think on the flip side, I think he knew that. So he knew by doing that, he would definitely make a rumble. You know what I mean? And he did, but it didn't go the way he thought that it would go. That's what I think. But you can't do it.
Yeah. I think because he
Chris
had
Sale.
all that time to take care of this and you knew about the jerseys and everything, I think, yes, go get them customized. To cut them a little too much. But I can see why. It's like, if you're uncomfortable, you're playing, you want to be comfortable in what you're wearing. If I'm wearing something that I don't like and I knew about it, like a jersey cut, I would talk to my coach like, hey, I don't really know if I like to play with it. Because it's all about winning. You want to win. You want to
And being comfortable,
be your
just
best.
as an athlete. Yeah, you want to be
You
comfortable.
want to be your best and you want to be comfortable. So I would have taken care of that a long time ago. I wouldn't be like dramatic and cut.
It doesn't make
all
any
of them.
sense. Yeah,
But,
I mean, it brings
was a
me.
funny
Yeah,
story.
it brings me to the thought about LeBron James with the sleeves and he was ripping them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, there it is. Edward Scissors Sale. There it is. Oh God, that's so ugly.
But you know what? You know why I appreciated it though? Because he did it before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like some athletes will wait till, like LeBron or so, or wait till after the game when they didn't have a great game and say, "Oh man, these jerseys, man, they was new and uncomfortable." But I respect the cat for saying, "You know what? I'm about to cut these joints up. I ain't
Because
even
you have
gonna
no
play.
excuse."
Yeah. I ain't even gonna play in them. Give me my regular jersey and let's go to work." You know what I mean? Straight out.
Yeah,
I can ride with that.
I feel for both ends, but yeah, at the end of the day, you can't be cutting jerseys. Edward Scissors Sale. That's his new nickname for me.
Scissors.
Is there any? Well, I can certainly talk about it, but is there any trades that you think are going to happen before the 31st?
I think they've already made some big ones. You know what I mean?
But I think those are the main trades that happened so far.
But it's crazy. It's been so much happening. Like you never know. And it's a week. Less than a week left, right?
Yeah,
about 4 or 5 days. But I think the big decisions are made. Those won't be determined in 4 days. I think the big decisions, just like the jersey, they've been thought about. You know what I mean? 6, 7, or should have been thought about 6, 7, 8 weeks before prior to this, close to the ending. But hey, it's okay. If they do want to get rid of Chris, you go on, send sales right on down to the Astros, to Houston. You know what I mean? And we could use them.
You guys have a farm system?
Absolutely.
So.
We could use them. We could use them.
Yeah, we'll certainly see. I personally think the Dodgers have a lot of moves to make. I think they're going to get rid of Yasiel Puig, and they're also going to get some pitching. I think they're going to go for Chris Sale.
Oh, they're definitely going to go for Sale.
They're going to try to get a left fielder from Oakland, Josh Reddick. He has an arm and a bat, so we'll certainly see. I see Carlos Beltran going to the Indians. The Indians are in the run, by the way. So if I were to pick anybody that's going to win besides the Cubs, it's probably going to be either the Astros. You'll like that.
Astros to the end.
Or the Indians. So we'll certainly see if they make a move before the deadline. It's exciting to say the least. Like I said, it's my Christmas time, and I love it.
Hey man, I
absolutely
love it too. I love it too right now, man, with my Stros, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna get me one of them throwback, the orange ones,
Ooh.
the orange
Oh
joints.
my gosh. And wear it
And I'm gonna wear, and I'm gonna wear it.
As long as you wear that big cowboy hat with it.
Nah, I can't do the hat. I can't do the hat. It looked bad on camera. The hat looked bad.
Got it.
You can't put your headphones on.
I understand that.
See?
I
Can't put
understand
the
that.
headphones on the hat.
Well, this is a bonus one. I did a little research on this because the Olympics is coming up. The athletes are now making their way to Rio, and let's say it's not starting off pretty for Rio. This is definitely the worst start to the Olympics in the last 20, 30 years, in my opinion. The first thing that is just baffling to me is more than half of Rio's village for the athletes is not finished. 19 of 31 buildings has not passed safety checks. How insane is that?
That's ridiculous. I mean, as an athlete, I would not want to go to a country without the proper living arrangements. Are you kidding me? And we have had, how long has Rio, have they had to prepare for the Olympics?
I think more than 4 years, correct?
But that's what I'm saying. You should not take 4, and you still have issues with the living arrangements? Are you serious? This is terrible.
Yeah, the athletes are saying that it's uninhabitable, so they literally can't go in. There was just to list a few. There was when they flushed the toilet, there was water coming down the walls. There is no outlets for plugging in your devices. You know how social media is a big part of our life today. No outlets. You can't plug in your stuff. There's a strong smell of gas. As normal, and exposed wires. So does that sound like a place you want to stay?
No, but my thing is, if you don't like it, then just go stay somewhere else. Pay your own money to go stay somewhere where you feel comfortable, where you got to do what you got to do. That's my thing on it. Everybody's gonna be staying there. Ain't like somebody gonna have an advantage over another person because they're wanting them all to stay together. So it's not like, we have to sleep in these conditions. If you don't want to sleep in them conditions, you get up and you go buy your little self, or you get your little Airbnb, you get something like that, and you stay yourself somewhere else, and that makes you comfortable. But I mean, I think we spoiled. Just go out there, do what you got to do, and enjoy that, because you may never be in that environment again. Now, if it's cockroaches, you know what I mean, and bugs, and that's another thing. But enjoy the different environment, because some people never get a chance to see that kind of stuff.
Go on, Randall, because I disagree with you, but we'll talk.
Because I don't know. I just feel like you're coming to compete. Have to have at least to flush the toilet without the water coming out. I mean, it's
feeling like you're at Universal Studios.
Smelling like gas. I don't know. I would not feel comfortable playing there. Like, that's just too, I don't know. I get it. Yes, you're going there for the experience, you know, give back to the city, but you have to always be careful about yourself too. Like, you don't know what can happen. Like, you're putting your life at risk at one. If it's smelling like gas, what do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm not happy about that at all. Like, that's not. It's not cool.
I mean, like I said, I disagree. So China, London, they were done. They were ready. They were ready for the athletes.
4 years to do it.
They had 4 years to do it. It was spectacular. I'm not saying this is not going to be spectacular. The Olympics. I love the Olympics. But at the same time, athletes plan and they are training for those 4 years. They don't want to think about the limiting environments. They want to just focus on the sport that they're doing and go do that. That's just my opinion. And to feel unsafe. I don't know if you guys also heard this, but at the volleyball courts where the beach is, they found body parts there. Like, come on, like you found.
That was a while ago. That was before this.
They found body parts. Like,
and they tried to keep that under wraps too, but it got out a little bit.
It's just, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. The one thing is that I wish that the mayor would stand up for us, but he didn't. He's doing the exact opposite. The Australian athletes came in and he tweeted to them, literally, I wish I put kangaroos at their village to make them feel like they're at home.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Like I just got one statement, a question for y'all.
Okay.
For everybody that's going to Rio. What that track looked like. Because that's what it's about, baby. I can't wait to see that track. I don't care where it's at. I love track, man. And it's going to be legit.
I can't wait to see that.
I just want to see the track. I love track. That 400.
Okay, so track is your sport that you can't wait to see.
I can't wait to see that track, man.
The women?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Why?
goodness. They fast and just real fast.
You want to support Carmelita and Carol, right?
Yeah, I want to support them, and them butts are cool, are great to see.
Them thighs?
Oh, them thighs, man, them thighs and them eyes, man, them thighs and them eyes,
Only
man.
girl
It's awesome.
here.
I cannot wait to see it.
Erica when I need her.
I can't wait to see it.
Shout out to Carmelita Jeter and Carol Rodriguez who are competing. They were on our show. Good luck, you know. Bring home
Don't put up no thighs, man, on that camera. Don't you do it.
I think that the USA is gonna kill it.
I think so, too.
I think we're gonna.
We always do.
Yeah,
though.
we always do.
I mean,
I know we're gonna kill it in basketball. I know we're gonna kill it in track and field. I'm hoping we kill it in gymnastics. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Gymnastics
to flip around and do land on your feet. I couldn't do that. I have no balance.
Me neither.
Well,
not about that life.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to add on it?
Nah, man, I can't wait to see them thighs, though, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but want to see them
Be
thighs.
safe out there. I just athletes, be safe out there.
Please be safe.
We support you.
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching. Please be safe, and if you smell gas, just go rent an Airbnb, like he said.
Yep.
With that said, this is it for us. Tune in every week at Sports Weekly. We are Thursday at 7 o'clock. Also, my name is Charlie Myers. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Charlie L. Myers.
And I'm Raina Ale. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope at Raina_Ale. Don't forget the H. And really quick, my braids today.
There's a fire.
You see this?
Fire.
Braids etc. Instagram. It's a boutique in Long Beach, California. It's from my best friend, Michelle Salemi. She has a mobile braiding business, and
so she come to the spot, just pull up.
Yeah, she can.
Legit.
And she can just do this in like 10 minutes. You can have braiding parties. You can just come get your hair done really quick. This is what I did. So yeah, let me know. Twitter, Instagram, or Periscope if you want to get your hair braided. I got you.
Well, you know what it is, man. I am Andre Dean. Instagram, Twitter, I am Andre with the U. And my brother wants to see them thighs. So I can't wait
God.
No, I'm just kidding. My wife gonna kill me. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Said too much about thighs.
I know.
I love your thighs, girl.
We both did. So.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't feel as bad.
So I love baby. If you watching, but
them thighs.
Yeah, that's why I married you. The thighs and the eyes, you know.
The thighs and the thighs.
Thighs and eyes. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, that's it for us this week. Stay tuned and have a good week, everybody.
Please
Bye,
do.
guys.
Bye.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.